Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and get started here. We've got just a couple people that are going to share a few words here this evening. But first and foremost, I just want to say thank you all so much for being here. I can't tell you how pleased I am that you showed up tonight. It's so wonderful to see so many familiar faces that we haven't seen in so long, and great to gather again. So please continue to eat and drink. We've got a couple of people that are going to say a few words here tonight, and then please hang around and we'll talk more about our plans here coming up. What I'd like to do is start by introducing a young gentleman who many of you have probably met or seen before, but you know, with everything going on in the world around us today, you know, that love for country and us teaching citizenship to our kids is so critically important that we're going to start with the national anthem sung by Michael. Michael is a 4-year club member at our South Haven Club. He's a sophomore at Portage High School. He is a PT squad leader for the Portage High School Junior ROTC and our South Haven Youth of the Year. So Michael, would you please lead us in the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Michael. Well done. I would like to introduce our current board chair, Mr. Michael Simpson, who I am honored to call not only my board chair, my neighbor by about a 9-iron, and also my friend. So thank you, sir.
And he hits a 9-iron way better than I do, because it would take at least 3 swings to get between our houses. I want to thank all of you for attending this extremely historical day and event in Boys and Girls Club history. I want to take the opportunity to thank and recognize my fellow board members. If you would either please stand or raise your hand so everybody can see you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'd also like to recognize the Capital Campaign Committee members in the same way. If you stick up a hand or stand or whatever. Thank you all very much. And I want to thank our outreach committee that's working so diligently with the community in the same way. If you'd all raise your hands and or stand or both. I encourage all of you to please grab a program and see the names in it of everyone who is a part of all these committees and the board who are making all this effort to build this new facility here in Valparaiso. Again, I appreciate all of you being here. I appreciate your support. The clubs, the kids truly appreciate your support, and we appreciate all of you. So at this time, I would call on our campaign co-chairs, Rob Thorgren and Rick Urschel, for a few comments.
You should just stand and we'll be about level with each other.
Just trying to be as awkward as I can up here, Rob.
Thanks everybody for coming. Ryan asked us to say a few words and kind of talk to us a little bit about what we might say. And he said to me, Rob, you might want to talk about the need. And I said, the need, have you been to the club lately? Being, all joking aside, this club has served the community for such a long time. Served Rick and I well when we were younger, getting in trouble down at the club, and it's served many, many, many generations of people here in our community. So it's become quite evident, though, that a new club is needed. And I can't be more excited, more for the opportunity for the kids that are going to be at this club than anything else. And not just the kids that go to the club now, but I can tell you right now, if we come back here in about a year and a half, there's going to be 3 times the number of kids at this club than are at the current club. So I'm just really excited about the opportunity that you all are providing. Thank you to the community. This is Valpo. We do big things and it shows. So thank you all very much.
Yeah, to echo Rob, the community getting together to build this facility again is just it just always never ceases to amaze me how supportive Valparaiso is of their community outreach and the non-for-profits that exist in this community. It's just mind-boggling. So I do want to mention very briefly one of the things when Ryan first approached us about this project. We were looking for he was in the market for some vacant land. And he really wanted to put it across the street from the post office, and I said, no, you can't put it there because the ground isn't all that great, and it's not really great for a big structure. But we might have some place that also has wetlands in it that you can have. But it's across the street from the Fairgrounds Park, and it's just a couple doors down from the bus barn. It works out really well in so many ways, and it's, in my opinion, a little bit more centrally located to where the Boys and Girls Clubs are serving anyway. So. He said, "Yeah, that's great. How do you want to donate the land?" I said, "No, I'll sell it to you for $2 million." He turned that down. So what we came to agree upon was that we were going to land swap the land for the Gardner School building. And he said, "What are you going to do with Gardner School?" I said, "Well, we'll probably demolish it because I know that'll get everybody excited in the community." I said,
He's joking.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm joking. I said, no, that we'd love to take that project on. My dad, I think, went to elementary school there or something. I don't know if he's not here to defend himself, so I can say how old he is. But so I said, no, we'd love to take that project. We'd love to keep the school in the sense that it is today. Most likely, we don't have any concrete plans yet for it anyways. People keep asking, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know what we're going to do. I can only tell you that what we're not going to do is we're not going to tear it down, and we're not probably going to change the facade of the building itself. But I think you can expect the inside of the building to change a little bit, but we really want to keep that look. We feel a little bit less connected to the 1970s gymnasium, so if those happen to fall over, don't be alarmed, but the building itself will probably stay put. So, and finally, last thing, again, just thank you to everybody so much for the support, the outreach. You can see over here the amount of money that we've already been able to raise, and we really haven't gone, Ryan hasn't really put his tendrils really that far out in the community yet. So I do want to say, as always, the Boys and Girls Club could never be as successful as they are if we didn't have a good building partner. There's a couple of good contractors in town, one probably better than the other, but unfortunately, I shouldn't say their name, never mind. So Ton and Blank was chosen as the contractor to build the building. I'm sure everybody saw the beautiful yellow trailer across the street already, so I know that they're ready to go, and they're ready to put some shovels in the dirt and get this thing erected. So it's my pleasure to be able to introduce, to tell you about how wonderful they are, the president of Ton of Blank, John Gilmore. Here he is.
Yeah, so I'll start out by saying whoever put the agenda together, me following those guys, that's not really fair, right? Rick's giving you land, Rob's raising money for you. But I will say, I've been working with Rob and Rick and the Urschel family and many of you out here for a very long time on many projects. And what those guys do for this community is amazing. And what those guys do for this community that you don't know about is even more amazing. So let's give them a hand for all they do. So on behalf of Ton of Blank and our design partner, Shive Hattery, I'd like to thank the Boys and Girls Club, especially Ryan, Larry Moore, Mark, the whole board, all the staff for trusting us with the design and construction of this great project. I'd be remiss if I didn't also thank the city of Valpo, who's helped us through this process, who's been a great, what I would call municipal partner to this. Mayor Murphy, Mike Jabo, the department heads, Beth Schrader, so thank you so much. And I'm happy to report that last night at the zoning meeting, unanimously they approved the project. So we can go from ceremonial groundbreaking today to actual moving dirt here in a couple weeks. So thank you to the city. You know, the Boys and Girls Club has been doing great things for the youth of Valparaiso for decades. And as they said, in an old facility. This new facility is a 37,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. You can see the floor plans and the elevations around here. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to have all the amenities. It's going to have 2 new gyms. It's going to have a full kitchen. It's going to have study rooms. It's going to have a digital recording studio. It's even going to have a rock wall. And I said, what kid doesn't want a rock wall, right? My rock wall was an old grain cylinder silo we used to climb and get in trouble for. So, but what's most important is the mission. And this facility will enable the Boys and Girls Club to continue their mission to help the youth of Valparaiso realize their full potential. So with that said, I hope to see you in about a year, June 2022, across the street at a building that we can all be proud of, cutting the ribbon on it. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Would like to take the opportunity personally to introduce our next speaker, who's going to talk briefly about this project and its impact and its legacy as well. Many of you know this gentleman from his history, but I can't tell you how proud I am knowing him personally. Mr. Mayor Matt Murphy is doing an incredible job, some big shoes to fill, but have already proved himself very admirably in this short term. And not only is he also a friend of mine, but he's only a putter away from my house. So I can tell you stories about Matt and I drinking wine, planning this project, and then I'll embarrass him when he comes out in his pajama bottoms to pick up his newspaper. So Matt Murphy, Mayor.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. What a great day it is for the city of Valparaiso, and I'm even more thankful that the BZA approved it last night. This would have been really awkward to be here today. I want to thank the BZA members for really stepping up and doing the right thing, but just want to say a couple of things. What a fantastic project for the city. I was a proud club member back in the 80s, and it was an old club when I was a kid. You know, the schools that had run its course through it, Gardner School, and it served its purpose so well. But it's a new day, and it's time for a new investment in the community, and the kids are going to have such a great opportunity at this world-class facility across the street from our parks. I mentioned the other day, I'm really excited about the investment, the energy along Evans Avenue. We have the Samarja Field just down the street. Tower Park has seen investment, and this is really going to enhance this corridor and obviously Fairgrounds Park. So it's a great area of town. We're really excited to see. The other thing I want to say is I couldn't be more thrilled in how this whole deal went down with the partnership with the Urschels. As soon as Ryan was talking about moving, that's great. What do you do with the old club? And sitting on his porch, we didn't know. And when he told me his plan, obviously I was thrilled to have the Urschels involved, and just want to take this opportunity to thank them again for their involvement, their philanthropy for this community. They've stepped up time and time again. Thank you. I also want to thank the board, everybody that's raising money for this project. You've made great progress. We're almost there. Really proud of all the effort, proud of the community. It's an honor to serve. And with that, I'm going to introduce the superintendent of the Valparaiso Schools, Dr. Jim McCall.
Thank you, Mayor. Everyone, thank you so much for coming out this evening, celebrate this. Boys and Girls Club means a lot to the community. It means a lot to our students. After school programming is so essential to not only filling the day for our kids, but giving them opportunities to belong to something bigger than themselves, to forge relationships, to find new interests, and really to grow as people. The Boys and Girls Club has been a tremendous partner with the schools throughout the years, not just in that after-school programming, but also our Kid Stop program, our Latchkey programs, as well as the summer programming. But no year has meant as much as this past year. We've been given several congratulations getting to April now through such a unique year, but it takes many hands. It takes everyone in this room and all the support that we have had from the community to have school open in August and to continue school throughout this time. Zigging and zagging, and having our partners, Boys and Girls Club, be able to step up and offer extended childcare on Wednesdays for those families who were impacted by e-learning Wednesdays has been tremendous, and just really a show of support that we've come to enjoy, expect, but never take for granted. And that really is that hallmark of Valpo that's been discussed, is everyone pitching in, working hard together to succeed, and really to succeed for our greatest resource, our children. So Ryan, congratulations, enjoy this day and every day that follows, especially with the construction that will come about and all the fun decisions that will come along the way. We look forward to partnering throughout the years together on each and every endeavor. So thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Jim, Dr. McCall. Just a few closing comments before we have one more speaker up here. I'm very privileged and honored to be able to stand before all of you and serve in this capacity. And I think it needs to be said that I only stand here on the shoulders of so many that came before me. Many of you as club members, many of you as staff members even, volunteer coaches, board members, and donors. This is just a culmination and an opportunity in time, and our kids in Valpo deserve the best. We as an organization have had the opportunity to renovate and construct new facilities. Part of our long-term strategic plan is to bring all of our facilities up to the standard in which we expect and offer in Chesterton, for instance, and this community and these kids deserve the next generation of a facility. You know, it's not just about the money raised and the facility. It's really about the programs, the impact, and the outcomes in order for us to fulfill our mission. You know, to inspire and enable the youth of our communities, you know, to reach their full potential and become caring, responsible citizens. And that's proven time and time again here over the last 50 years. You know, you look around the room and the people that have spoke, the mayor, Rob, Rick, you know, former club members and alumni, they turned out all right, I suppose, right? And several of you else in here. I'm looking back at the room here and I see Dimitri and, you know, spent a lot of time there as a kid, I believe, right? As Dad was in the office not far away. And Dr. Kavanaugh, a lot of free throws there, weren't there? Yeah, maybe helped you set that high school record, right? So, you know, it is about the impact, and it's time for the next generation of kids to have that same opportunity. But it's because of you in the room that have been involved and have supported this that have made this possible. You know, we started with a $7 million goal and quickly realized that we weren't going to be able to do all that we wanted to do, and we pushed that to $9 million, somewhat reluctantly in the boardroom, quite honestly. And you know, I said I believe strongly that we can do that. We got an incredible start because of many of you, and we got a little ways to go. You know, as of right now, today, I can tell you we're sitting at about $6.75 million raised. But I just got confirmation yesterday and conversation today that we have a donor in the room that has put up $500,000 in a match right now. So that 6.75 would go to 7.25, match dollar for dollar if we raise $500,000. So that could be 7.75, but we need your help to engage that with the community. I hope I'm not speaking out of line here, but Mr. Stuart McMillan and his wife Catherine, thank you for committing that match. We've agreed on some parameters around that, right? So it starts now, nothing pending out there. It's new dollars beginning from now, but every dollar invested will be matched up to $500,000 moving forward. So thank you so kindly. We're going to need that assistance. So I would ask all of you to share this message and this word with others, because it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a community of leaders and generous donors and philanthropists like yourself to be able to do this. So I'd like to introduce someone that I've come to know just very recently that really has put her legacy on so many projects in this community. And this woman has never donated to our organization before. First-time donor. And I would like to ask her to share her story as to why she believes in this project and chose to support it so very, very generously. So Jackie Stutzman, would you please join me for a couple of words?
Thank you. The body just doesn't want to work anymore at this age. Anyway, I've always understood that the last speaker that came in an event was the most important and the one everybody came to hear. So thank you. I'm so glad you came to hear me. Actually, I am very important because I represent, as a donor to this project, I represent all of the wonderful donors that have gotten involved in this and who have donated so far. And I urge so many of you to please donate. I wish I'd thought of that matching. Oh, I wish I'd thought of that. That is wonderful, and I hope that people will really take advantage of that. I always have considered Valpo my hometown, I wasn't born here. My family came in 1952 when my dad was named the manager of NIBSCO here. So we came along, and I actually went to elementary school for a year and a half at Gardner. So that sort of tucked a little bit. I left in 1962 when I went off to college at IU, and hope that there aren't any Purdue people here. I was 17 years old. I came back in 2009 at the age of 65. My family was here, and this was just the perfect move for me to make. After settling in, and I lived in Texas, so I'm coming back to Northwest Indiana. You gotta love it to do that, right? After settling in, I knew that I needed to fill my time, I needed to get busy, and I started off at the Y, and I was asked to be a member of the board at the Y. Deb Keppen was my mentor, whoever Deb is. She just sort of helped me along, because honestly, at that point in time, I didn't know the difference between an annual campaign and a capital campaign. I hate to admit that, and I kept sitting there thinking, they're gonna realize I don't know anything. But anyway, she was the one that started me off. The new building was already built. The pavilion was built, but I think we were at the point, and Rob was the, did they call you volunteer president or volunteer CEO? What were you?
That sounds good.
That sounds good. Okay. Of the board at that time, when I was asked to be on the board. And they were talking mostly about, what are we gonna pave the parking lot with? This was the big discussion when I joined the board. And every time we had a meeting and a discussion on it, it seemed like the price was going up and up and up. Well, my concern was the children's playground. And so I'm going, what's happening to the children's playground? So I finally went to Bob Wanick and I said, how much does it cost to build your children's playground? He told me. I gave him the money to build the playground. That was my first step into the pool of philanthropy, and I was so excited, so proud, and I said, I'm gonna do that some more. I really enjoyed that. But I kept looking for this one thing that would really grip me, really inspire me, really keep me moving, that I could give my time and my talent and my treasure. You've heard that before. And I just wasn't finding it. It just wasn't there. So this project came up, and I was saying, no, I don't know anything about the Boys Club. I'm not interested in the Boys Club. No, Boys and Girls, I'm sorry. No, I'm not doing it. Well, Deb Keppen, yeah, there she is. And she introduces me to Ryan. And Ryan and I go out for coffee, and then I'm asked to be a member, one of the judges of the Youth of the Year. Yeah, I was being hustled. I knew I was being hustled. But I was still saying no. I was still no. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. So then I happened to be looking at the brochure of this project. And first of all, I spotted the two guys that were ahead of it. Love those two guys. Known them for a long time. And then I started looking down the list of people who were on the committee. I knew so many of them. I had met so many of them through my work, the boards that I had been on, the committees that I had been on, and I'm going, oh my goodness, look at these people. And then I looked at the board, and it was the same thing. I was recognizing names of people that I knew were important to the community. And I'm going, well, maybe I better give this another look. And it was then that I just kind of got grabbed, because I knew these people were important to the community. And as I was proceeding in my journey to find that one big thing that I could just put all my heart and soul in, I realized there it was right in front of me. And it wasn't the Porter County Community Foundation, it wasn't the Y, it wasn't the animal shelter, it wasn't Lakeshore Paws, it wasn't any of those things, it wasn't even the Boys and Girls Club. It wasn't. It was all of those things that had contributed to my hometown, Valparaiso and Porter County. And I said, there it is. It's been sitting there in front of me all along. It's this community, it's the people in this community, it's the county, and this is where I want to give. And this is one of those projects that is going to make this community so much better. And I really appreciate that. Let's see if I have anything else to say. All right. And no, I think that's about it. I always go off script and I just babble, so I hope I haven't bored you. But anyway, I want to thank you guys, Rob, Rick, and the committee, the people on the board, all of you in the community that have inspired me as I have come back after all these years, and I've been here for 10 years, so I'm now 76 years old. That's why I can't get up that step. So I just want to make Valpo the best that it can possibly be. So thank you, all of you, and I hope if you haven't contributed, you will.
Thank you, Jackie, very much for those words. I just want to close by saying thank you, everyone, for your time, the treasure that so many of you in this room have already given. I'm going to encourage, ask, beg at a point, ask your friends, don't be shy. We need to finish this goal. Stewart's match is wonderful. It makes a huge difference. But all the donations so far to this point have made a huge difference, But we've got to finish this off. I'm counting on everyone here. Bug your friends, bug your neighbors. I don't care if it's $20 or $2,000, it doesn't matter. It's a donation. And we need it to finish this project because Valpo is a special community. And it deserves a first-class Boys and Girls Club. I appreciate all of you. There's plenty of food and drink. I encourage you to eat it and drink it. And Deb says we've got a gift for everyone over here on the table by Beth and by Bill. And you can grab that on your way out. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Have a great day.